Just send the yes. I will send the YouTube details now. I'm able to even see how to push that now. All right, so can everybody hear me? I'm still waiting to see that everybody can truly hear me. Let me see. Yes, okay, Miriam has responded. Tosin, can you hear me? I'm only okay. I think I should bring people in now. Tosin, can you hear me? So, Tosin, can you hear me, please? I'll be able to see a yes or something just to prove, to know that you can hear me. Okay. Aga Augusta is saying Lisa is trying to join now. Okay. So, thankfully, this class is being aired on YouTube, and I'm going to be recording as well, so that we can keep the record of the class and put it on Facebook later. Welcome to Mexican Academy. What we try to do in this group is to enforce a level of motivation for as many as want to write and pass IELTS at one sitting, and push them through to make decisions that can culminate in making them to pass at one sitting. I'd like to acknowledge the fact that, currently there are quite a number of things that could bring some form of discouragement to your sitting to pass out at one sitting, looking at the situation of things going on in the country, the escalation of prices here and there, and so many other things that could naturally like discourage, one from, preparing for the examination. But one thing is that you need to maintain a high level of, or sustain a high level of motivation. You need to insist on yourself, never give up on your insistence. You need to kind of create a goal system that you will not allow to depreciate, and then work hard towards your goal so that you can achieve the success of IELTS at once. All right. I'll be answering a few questions at the end of this short section. But the first thing I want to do is to talk about how to listen. Now, many persons have tried to practice the listening test, and a few times they are not able to get the kind of score they are looking for. Maybe because of one or two reasons. But one thing I need to understand is that until you are able to adequately listen to the audio test practically and understand, not just understand, just being able to listen, you won't be able to actually get your answers. Now, there's an issue I like to say about listening today. Listening is not about hearing what they are saying. I like you to write that down. Listening is not about hearing what they are saying. Listening is about concentrating on what they are saying. Now, we are having a lecture right now. How will I know you are concentrating? If I just say, what was the last time I said now? If you are not able to tell me what the last thing I said and you are looking at me, that means you are actually hearing me, but you're not concentrating. So listening has to do with the mind. Your mind being exactly at the place you are hearing. Your mind can be in the in the kitchen, and your physical body is actually in the room. I mean, there are people that go to religious organizations or places where uh they appear to be listening, but actually they are not listening, they're only hearing. And there's a big difference between listening and hearing. In listening, you can actually pick what is being said. But when it comes to hearing, you cannot pick what is being said. You only know something is being said. You understand my point now? And that has to do with the mind. So your mind has to be cultivated to settle at the place of your hearing. That is what brings about listening. But that is not the only factor. That is only one of the factors. However, is the most important factor. Bringing your mind to what is being said. Bringing your mind to what is being said. Putting your mind in what is being said. Allowing your mind to flow with what is being said. Creating an interest in what is being said and trying to flow with it. That is the first thing about listening. I call it the act of concentration. You can build concentration by meditation. How do you do that? You stay in a particular place and focus on a particular topic in your mind, and you think about that topic for as long as 5 minutes without changing the topic. For example, you can just pick the factor of maybe money. Now think about, how do I want to make money? What are the things I can do? And you hold on to that thought system for 5 minutes. That is how to build your concentration. You can build your concentration by deep breathing exercises. In deep breathing exercises, you take a deep breath and then you breathe out, after you just take a breath for like maybe 1 minute and you breathe out. You do that one maybe 3 or 4 times or 5 times consistently. While taking that deep breath, you're just thinking about yourself and yourself only, how you can build up on yourself and nothing more. All of these things can help you to build concentration. Because if you do not build concentration, you cannot be able to change your level of listening. Your listening will remain low. Apart from that, you must also create the act of hearing. The act of hearing is for you to be able to know what is being said. Now, if I'm speaking in a language you cannot hear, even if you are concentrating from here to tomorrow, you may not pick anything. Is that maybe I'm talking too fast, or I'm talking incoherently? Those are the two factors that could affect your hearing. Either I'm talking too fast, or I'm talking incoherently, or I'm talking in an accent that you don't understand. If my accent is, for example, I say, I like it. I like you to come to. I like you to come to pastor. Now that donation pastor is not necessarily an accent you may be familiar with. If someone comes from Ghana, that is likely to be pastor. Your own way of calling pastor is not the Ghana way of calling pastor. And that is not wrong either. But if you're not familiar with that accent, you will not hear what they are saying, even though you know that they said something. I don't know if I'm making sense to you. All right. So many people, they can hear what is being said, but they don't know what is being said. They can know that somebody is saying something, but they don't know what exactly the person is saying, because accent problem, either the person is too fast or the person is incoherent. Now listen to me. IELTS can never be incoherent in their listening, but they can be fast and their accent might be different. So how do you build your listening capacity? Number one, you must get acquainted with the accent that makes for IELTS examination. One of those accents is the British English. Of course, the Australian English comes in context as well, and of course, the American English, but most importantly, the British English. And where will you hear the British English? Movies that are done in British accent, news that are read or cast in British accent, and of course podcasts that are also are done in British accent. If you can watch these three things, your accent learning will grow. Now you can familiarize yourself with hearing what I call hearing training. How do you train your hearing? Are you following me right now? If I speak a particular accent in your ears for 20 days, you will get to that accent. Now, it is of great advantage to learn how to recognize the accent for IELTS, because it puts you on a higher perspective of success than someone that does not understand the accent. I only gave you 10 quid. Now, 10 quid, the word quid is not a Nigerian accent, and you will never hear that in the IELTS examination anyway. But if you are in a British environment and they mention the word quid, you are likely to think they're talking about something else. But can I shock you? What they're talking about is pounds. That word quid means pounds. Now, for someone that is familiar with that language, is because he has heard them say it over time relating to pounds. And that's the principle here. The more you familiarize yourself with that accent, the more you know that this is what they're likely saying. Are you following my point? And that actually becomes your basis for which you can hear what is being said. So I talked about listening to news, listening to videos, podcasts, and listening to movies that are cast in British accents. If you do that, your capacity to hear will improve. And so what do I advise? I advise you to download BBC News app on your phone. Go on Google or iPhone app or whatever app you are familiar with, and go on to download the BBC News app, and then watch news on that channel every day. You can also go on Google and type TED.com, TED.com, TED.com. You find millions of monologues that you can listen to. What I try to advise is try to write what you can hear. Write what you can hear. It's a way to confirm that you can hear what they are saying. Write it out. As you write out, your capacity to hear will grow. And as your capacity to hear grows, you become a ardent hearer. All right. And as you hear better, you build your concentration. And as you build your concentration, you can hear, you can concentrate, and then you become you are easily able to pass listening. Now, I want to say this to you. Once you build the skill on listening, all right, once you build your skill on listening, you may not likely do much anymore. The pressure and the things you will need to build up later, it becomes minimized. Do you understand me now? You will not likely have to do much anymore, because once you can hear their accent, you can hear their accent. That is a permanent stuff. All right. And once you can learn the act of concentration, you have learned it. You understand my point now? But then, like I said, you need to learn to build your concentration. And secondly, you need to learn to build your capacity to hear. And that hearing capacity can go a long way to teach you what exactly is being said without struggling and without any form of issue. Is that clear? So I don't know if anybody has a question. What I'm teaching today is how to listen. If you can build on this for the next few weeks, your listening capacity will improve. And once this improves, it's going to help you to be able to have a better skill or a higher level of competency with your band score. And that can actually push you to achieve success in your IELTS examination. Okay? I'll be talking about, while I allow you to ask your questions, I'll be talking about a few things. If you are a nurse and you want to travel out of the country, currently, it's becoming increasingly difficult to secure employment as nurses. But there are few platforms, there are few strategies that you can utilize for you to be able to achieve that. All right. I will be sharing this in our group class tomorrow. I've been sharing it previously. If I don't know if anybody is here that is currently part of our group classes, we have a group class where we have in more intensive trainings with IELTS every Saturday. We meet like for 1 to 2 hours, between the hours of 10 and 12. And then that builds up until we are able to, push people to write the mock test. In our group class, if you pass your mock test, you'll be sponsored to write your IELTS examination. I've said that before. And so if probably you have been complaining about money, our group class encourages you, because once you're able to achieve a score, a level in your mock test, we're going to give you the money. Even if it is not all, we can give you half or 1/4 of the money to write the exam without any ado. So if you want to join the group class, you know, you can just go on any of the platforms where you met this media. You will see a number, and tell the number to guide you to be able to get that done. Just let them know you like to join the group class, and then they will tell you what to do. Currently, we're in the February edition of the group class. We have had the January edition, and few persons are written their mock test. Why they hope to actually pass over from that point. So I encourage you. How you know you are prepared for the exam is to write the mock test. Actually, if you don't write the mock test and you want to go for the exam, you are playing a risk. It's a very strong risk, and do not go for that risk. I don't advise you to go for that risk because it's highly risky. It's risky risk part two. Do not go for the exam if you're not ready to write. But of course, we have the personal classes as well. You want to be taught on a one-on-one basis. That class is also available. You just reach out to any of the medias where you met us, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's on WhatsApp, whether it's on YouTube. Just ask, what do I do to join? Or you're on we have a free platform called the free class platform. You can also make requests on that class, and then or we let you know what to do to join those platforms that you want to join. We are creating the self-sponsored strategy for those who want to write OSCE. You want to travel out of the country and you want to write OSCE, you want to prepare for OSCE. You're not waiting for employers. You want to go out of the country to write your exam. We have that strategy as well. If you want to build up on that, let us know. We'll teach you what to do. All right. So I don't know if anybody has questions. If you do have a question, put up your question and I will answer. And as soon as I answer the question, we will end the class. I will wait for about 2 minutes to see your question. If I'm not able to see your question in 2 minutes, I will assume you do not have any question. All right. Let me check our YouTube channel to see if anybody joined the YouTube channel. Let me see. Okay, one person is watching. All right. I don't think anybody has a question on the platform. So if you have any question, I'm waiting. I'd like to thank you for attending the class today. Aga Augusta, thank you very much. Tosin, Miriam, I believe Lisa. I saw Lisa, yeah. Well, Lisa have been coming in and out. Bawa, Janet, thank you so much for coming. And this class is every Friday. So by next week, Friday, we're going to be having another section by 3 p.m. I actually should have come earlier, 1 hour earlier, but the physical body could not carry itself. So I was actually on my bed resting. So I just woke up now, and that's why I'm able to, but I apologize for the late coming, and I hope you get something from this class. It seems there are no questions. So for those of us who are meeting tomorrow, see you tomorrow by 10. And for those who probably will be meeting next week Friday, see you. Like I said, take advantage of all the channels that are created so that you can improve your motivation and sit for examinations as quickly as possible, and then set yourself in position to travel out or to utilize the opportunity that comes across your way as soon as possible. Thank you very much. and do have a wonderful day ahead. Blessings. You're welcome.